Have you ever looked at someone who just seems to radiate purpose? Like they know exactly what they want out of life.
Yeah, definitely. Well, others, maybe sometimes even you, feel a bit adrift.
Exactly. What if the secret to not just a long life, but a truly happy, purposeful, engaged life isn't some, complex mystery?
Or if it's something you kind of already carry within you.
Precisely. Today, we're doing a deep dive into a concept that might just hold the answer: Ikigai. It's often called the Japanese secret to a long and happy life.
Hmm.
We've dug into some fascinating source material on this, and our mission today is really to unpack what it means, look at how you can actually use it, and understand its link to living a really long time.
Yeah, get ready for some surprising stuff, I think, and some really actionable wisdom.
Definitely.
What's really fascinating, I find, is how this ancient idea, Ikigai, it
Hmm.
translates roughly to something like the happiness of always being busy.
Hmm.
But it's so much more than just filling time, right?
Right. It's deeper.
It's about finding your actual reason for being, your purpose. And this whole idea it apparently sparked from discussions around logotherapy,
Hmm.
Viktor Frankl's work on finding purpose.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
But Ikigai, according to our source, it takes it a step further. And it also seems to hold a clue, maybe the clue, to why people in Japan, especially on Okinawa, live so incredibly long.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Our source really takes us there, doesn't it? To where
Yeah.
Ikigai seems to just thrive.
Yeah, Okinawa. Specifically, this small town, Ogimi.
The village of longevity. I mean, that name says a lot.
It really does.
Yeah.
And it's not just a nice nickname. This place has the highest life expectancy in the world. The numbers are kind of staggering.
What was it, like 24, 25 people over 100 for every 100,000?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Way, way above the global average.
So you might think, okay, what's their secret? Is it some exotic local fruit like the shikawasa?
Or special tea or super pure water, maybe?
Right. But what our source really points to is something deeper. It's this uncommon joy, this powerful sense of purpose you see in the people there.
Guided by Ikigai.
Exactly. It's finding that sweet spot, right? That common ground between what is it, what you're good at,
What you love.
what the world actually needs.
And, importantly, what you can be paid for. Though that last one is sometimes debated in the purest sense of Ikigai.
Ah, interesting. But basically, it's the reason you get up in the morning.
At the core of it. And,
Yeah.
and we kind of zoom out. Okinawa isn't just some random outlier.
Right. It's part of a bigger picture.
Exactly. It's
Mhm.
one of 5 global blue zones.
Mm.
These are areas where people consistently live the longest and have fewer chronic diseases.
So besides Okinawa, where else are we talking about?
Well, there's Sardinia in Italy, Loma Linda in California, surprisingly enough, the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, and Ikaria in Greece.
Okay. Quite a diverse mix.
Very diverse.
Yeah.
But the researchers studying them found common threads, keys to longevity.
And it's not just diet, is it?
No, diet's a big part. Healthful diet, little meat or processed stuff, moderation in alcohol. But critically, it's also finding that clear purpose in life. That's the Ikigai connection again.
And strong social ties too, right? Friends, family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big circle of friends, good family relations, and managing stress effectively. Plus that daily low-intensity movement like walking, gardening, not necessarily marathon running.
Okay, so this is fascinating. It's not just about one magic bullet. It's a whole lifestyle, really.
Pretty much.
So the big question for everyone listening is, how do we take this wisdom and actually apply it, in our own, maybe less blue zone-like lives?
Right. Let's get practical.
Let's dive into some of those habits. First up, this 80% rule. Harahachibi.
Yes, the 80% secret. Ancient Japanese wisdom. Basically, stop eating when you feel about 80% full.
Not stuffed, just
No.
satisfied.
Exactly, don't push it. And our source mentions how traditional Japanese meals often use lots of small plates.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It visually helps you control portions, prevents overeating almost naturally.
Totally. And the data backs it up. Okinawans average maybe 1,800, 1,900 calories a day. Compare that to the U.S., which can be like 2,200 up to 2,300 sometimes.
Wow, big difference. And their BMI reflects that too, right? Much lower on average.
Yeah, typically 18 to 22 versus maybe 26, 27 in the U.S. And their diet staples are interesting. Lots of tofu, sweet potatoes, fish a few times a week,
And tons of vegetables, like 11 ounces a day, packed with antioxidants.
plus things like sanpincha, the jasmine tea, and that shikawasa fruit, which is apparently loaded with good stuff.
Okay, so diet is key. But what about the social side? You mentioned strong ties. Tell us about moai.
Right, Moai and Okinawa, this is really cool. These aren't just like casual meetups. They're informal groups, people with common interests, who who genuinely support each other.
Emotionally and financially.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
For many people there, serving their moai, being part of that group, it actually becomes part of their Ikigai. It gives them purpose through connection.
How does that work practically?
Well, our source explains it started way back, like farmers sharing tips and helping each other out in tough times. Members pay a set amount each month, and that money funds their activities. Meetings, dinners, games, whatever their shared hobby is. And get this, if there's money left over, it rotates. One member gets a payout.
Huh. Like a built-in support system.
Exactly. It provides this incredible sense of security and belonging. And that apparently directly links to living longer. It's powerful stuff.
Wow. Okay, so we have diet, community. What about movement? You said low intensity.
Yeah, movement, not just exercise. That's a key distinction. The centenarians in these zones, they aren't necessarily pumping iron at the gym.
They're just active.
Constantly moving, basically. Gardening, walking, socializing involves walking. Even just getting up frequently if you sit a lot.
Our source had that startling stat about sitting, right?
Yes.
Metabolism slows way down.
Yeah, like 90% after just 30 minutes of sitting. And good cholesterol drops after a couple of hours.
But just getting up for 5 minutes helps.
It really does. It can kind of reset things. And think about Eastern practices like yoga, tai chi, qigong.
Right, often called elixirs of youth.
For good reason.
Yeah.
Huge health and emotional benefits. And then there's something called radio taiso in Japan.
Oh, the morning warm-up thing.
Yeah, it's this simple daily group exercise, like raising your arms, gentle circular motions. It's about joint mobility, starting the day together. Imagine your whole street doing that.
Huh. Yeah, maybe not here. But the principle is clear. Move often. Move gently.
Exactly. And another crucial piece, maybe one we neglect most in our busy lives, is rest. Specifically, sleep.
Sleep as an anti-aging tool.
Definitely. Because that's when your body makes melatonin, and melatonin is vital.
What does it do again? It strengthens the immune system.
Yep, protects against cancer, helps insulin work, might slow Alzheimer's, fights osteoporosis, heart disease. The list goes on.
But production drops as we age.
It does, naturally, after about 30. But the real insight here is how many things we do that sabotage melatonin production without even realizing it.
Like,
Not eating right, not enough calcium, not getting moderate sun exposure, and the big ones. Stress, alcohol, tobacco, caffeine, especially later in the day. They all interfere with good sleep and melatonin.
okay, so it's not just about sleep. It's about protecting the quality of that sleep.
Precisely. Which kind of leads us nicely into the mindset stuff, doesn't it? Beyond the physical habits.
Right. What's going on inside? What's the mental and emotional blueprint here?
Well, a huge factor seems to be keeping an active mind. This idea that an active mind supports a youthful body.
So use it or lose it, basically, for the brain.
Pretty much. Mental exercise is just as vital as physical. Lack of it, our source says, causes neurons to deteriorate. We become less adaptable.
And there was a neuroscientist mentioned Bresnitz.
Shlomo Bresnitz, yeah. He emphasized the brain needs new stimulation. We have to confront new information, break our routines sometimes.
So learning new things, playing games, even just interacting with different people.
Exactly. It keeps the brain engaged, flexible. And tied to this is a generally positive outlook and good emotional awareness. These seem to be common traits in long-lived folks.
That makes sense, but let's talk about the flip side. Stress. That seems like a huge factor in modern life that maybe wasn't such an issue for, say, Okinawan villagers 50 years ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And stress management is critical. Chronic stress, that constant low-level anxiety, it literally ages your cells.
Weakens telomeres, affects memory.
Can lead to depression. Yeah. Our source had that interesting comparison. Modern stress is like being constantly on alert for notifications, emails.
Yeah.
Our brain kind of reads it as a threat.
Like the cave dweller facing a predator, but constantly.
Exactly. Whereas the cave dweller had intense stress, but then it was over. Ours is this drip, drip, drip of cortisol.
Which isn't good, although the source did mention that some stress can be okay, like facing a challenge.
Right. A little bit of pressure, like passion for your work or tackling a meaningful challenge, that can actually be beneficial.
Yeah.
It pushes us towards healthier habits sometimes. But the constant background noise stress, that's the killer.
So what's the antidote? Mindfulness.
Mindfulness is presented as the key strategy, yeah? Focusing on yourself, on the here and now, turning off that mental autopilot.
Like that example of eating the omelet while on the phone and not even tasting it.
Exactly. You're not present. So things like meditation, breathing exercises, yoga, they're not just trends. They're tools to train your mind to stay centered, to quiet that chatter.
Okay. So manage stress, keep the mind active. What about finding that deeper meaning? You mentioned logotherapy earlier.
Right? Logotherapy, Viktor Frankl's idea. It's all about helping people find their reasons to live, their purpose, to overcome what he called existential frustration.
He who has a why to live can bear with almost anyhow. That's his famous quote, isn't it?
That's the one. His own experience in Auschwitz is a powerful example. His purpose, needing to rewrite his lost manuscript, kept him going through unimaginable horror.
And the story of the mother finding meaning in caring for her son.
Yeah, looking back from a hypothetical deathbed and seeing the value in the life she provided, it's about finding that internal driver.
And there was another therapy mentioned, Morita therapy.
Morita therapy, yeah. A Japanese approach. It's interesting, it focuses on accepting your emotions, not trying to control them.
So you don't fight the feeling.
Then no,
Yeah.
instead you focus on your actions. The idea is we can't control emotions, but we can take charge of our actions every day. Let your actions change your feelings over time.
And Ikigai guides those actions.
Exactly. Your Ikigai tells you what you should be doing, regardless of how you might feel in the moment. Action first.
Okay, so logotherapy for meaning, Morita for action. What about the experience of doing? That's where flow comes in, right?
Precisely. The state of flow, in Mahali's, except Mahali's concept, that feeling of being totally immersed in something.
Time just disappears.
You're fully absorbed. The activity is enjoyable for its own sake. It's a huge part of optimal experience and really of living your Ikigai.
So how can you, listening right now, actually achieve this state more often? Is it just for artists or athletes?
Not at all. Our source suggests it's accessible to everyone. There are conditions, sure, but we can boil them down to maybe 3 key strategies.
Okay, what are they?
First, choose a task that's difficult, but not too difficult. Find that sweet spot.
The middle path.
Exactly. Challenging enough to keep you engaged in using your skills, but not so hard it causes anxiety or frustration. Or so easy you get bored.
Like a designer learning new software for a project, maybe. Or a dancer trying a tough new move.
Perfect examples.
Yeah.
Or even just picking a book that stretches you a little bit beyond what you already know.
Okay, strategy 1. Find the right level of challenge. What's next?
Second, have a clear, concrete objective. Know what you're trying to achieve.
The compass over maps idea. Know the destination even if the path is flexible.
That's a great way to put it. It could be simple. How many words will I write today? Or bigger, what's our team's mission this quarter?
But there's a catch, right? Once you start.
Yes, once you've started, focus entirely on the process, not the outcome. Don't obsess over finishing the novel. Just focus on writing the next sentence.
Avoid outcome obsession. Got it. And the third strategy, this sounds like the tough one for modern life.
It probably is. Concentrate on a single task. No multitasking.
Ouch. But it really kills productivity.
The research suggests it does. Decreases it significantly. Might even lower IQ points temporarily. Our brains just switch tasks rapidly. We make more mistakes, remember less.
So how do we fight the urge? Any practical tips from the source?
Lots, actually. Things like no screens for the first and last hour of the day. Turn off phone notifications. Use Do Not Disturb. Maybe have a tech-free day once a week.
Check email only a couple of times a day. Use the Pomodoro technique.
Yeah, 25 minutes focus, 5 minutes break. Create work rituals. Practice mindfulness to notice when you get distracted. Find a dedicated, quiet workspace if you can. Batch similar routine tasks together.
Okay, lots to try there. It really seems like flow is where purpose meets enjoyment.
Absolutely. And you see it embodied in people who found their Ikigai. Think of Jiro, the sushi master.
Still making sushi in his 80s, just for the love of the craft.
Or Hayao Miyazaki, drawing by hand, totally absorbed. Even Steve Jobs was fascinated by Japanese artisans and their intense focus.
And it's not just for big things, right? This idea of microflow.
Exactly. Finding flow in mundane tasks. The Japanese elevator operator with their graceful ritual. Bill Gates apparently enjoys washing dishes, trying to do it a bit better each night.
Richard Feynman painting office walls to clear his head.
Right. It's about adding a layer of challenge or ritual to find enjoyment anywhere. Even simple meditation, just focusing on your breath, trains the mind for flow.
And focusing on rituals over goals seems key too. Like in Japanese business, emphasizing process.
Yeah, rituals provide clear rules, break down big goals, help you enter flow. The source puts it beautifully. Happiness is in the doing, not in the result.
Love that. Okay, so we have meaning, action, flow. But life throws curveballs, right? What about dealing with setbacks?
That brings us to resilience, the ability to bounce back.
That Japanese proverb, fall 7 times, rise 8.
Exactly. It's about staying focused on your objectives, adapting, controlling what you can control, and not getting derailed by what you can't.
But can we go beyond just bouncing back? Can we actually get stronger from challenges?
Now you're touching on anti-fragility, which is a really powerful concept. But first, even resilience has deep roots. Think about ancient philosophies.
Like Buddhism or Stoicism.
Exactly. They teach emotional control, accepting things without being ruled by them, even negative visualization, imagining the worst so you're prepared, knowing what's in your control and what isn't.
That seems fundamental.
And then there are those Japanese concepts, wabi-sabi.
Finding beauty in imperfection, like a cracked teacup.
Right. And the fleeting nature of things. And ichigo-ichi,
This moment exists only now and won't come again.
which helps you appreciate the present and maybe softens the blow of loss because everything is impermanent anyway.
Okay, so those foster acceptance and appreciation, but anti-fragility is about getting stronger.
Yes, that's Nassim Taleb's idea. Anti-fragile things benefit from shocks. They get stronger when harmed. Unlike resilient things, which just return to normal, or fragile things, which break.
Like the hydra cut off one head to grow back?
Perfect analogy. It gains from disorder. So the question is, how can you, the listener, become more anti-fragile?
Yeah, how?
Our source suggests 3 practical steps. First, create redundancies.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Multiple income streams, maybe. Diverse friendships, varied interests, like those Ogimi elders often having a main job in a vegetable garden. If one thing fails, you have backup, you learn, you adapt.
Okay, redundancy. What's second?
Bet conservatively in some areas, but take many small risks in others.
How does that work?
Think financially. Put most money in safe things, but take small bets on several high-potential startups. Most might fail, but one big win covers the losses, and then some. You benefit from the upside of randomness while limiting the downside.
Interesting. Okay, redundancies, small bets. And third,
Third, get rid of things that make you fragile. This is subtraction.
so actively remove weaknesses.
Yeah, what habits weaken you? Snacking, debt, toxic relationships, too much social media comparison. Identify those fragility points and eliminate them.
So adopting an anti-fragile mindset means seeing challenges not just as things to survive, but as opportunities to actually get stronger, more focused on your Ikigai.
That's the essence of it. Adversity becomes feedback for growth.
Wow. Okay, we've covered a lot. From Okinawan secrets to practical habits, mindset shifts, flow, resilience. So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you listening right now?
Well, I think the main thing is that your Ikigai, your reason for being, is unique to you.
It's not a one-size-fits-all formula.
Not at all. And finding it, living it, that's the journey. It's not about reaching some final destination,
Right. Our source said something like, life is not a problem to be solved.
but something to be experienced fully every day.
So find your purpose, engage with it, enjoy the process.
Exactly. As we've seen, the people who live these long, happy lives, they haven't just stumbled upon secrets. They've cultivated this deep, personal connection to what they do every day.
So your mission, if you haven't already found it, is to discover that spark for yourself.
Yeah. Maybe think about those 10 rules distilled from the Ogimi folks and Ikigai principles. Stay active, don't retire fully, take it slow sometimes. Don't stuff yourself.
Surround yourself with good friends, move every day, smile, reconnect with nature.
Give thanks, live in the moment, and overarching all of it, follow your Ikigai.
So the final thought, Cordo, is what's one small intentional step you can take today?
Just one thing, to deepen that connection to your own reason for being, your own Ikigai.